I mean, big show, big people, they've been with each other for so long. You know, I didn't know how they'd feel about me coming in.
Mr. Seaver? Mr. Seaver? Excuse me! I thought today's subject was gravity.
Okay, fine. Fine.
But eventually, I move in with the Seavers, and I'm like part of the family. So, but he's a homeless kid, but he's not like depressed about it. He's really charming and like really happy-go-lucky about everything.
Barney and some of the guys snuck me into the zoo after hours. Boy, did we eat well that night.
What did you eat?
Hot dogs. The dumpster was full of them.
A lot of people like have Hollywood conflicting with their own lives, and you know, the whole business thing. It's not really something that much to think about, you know. You think about the characters you want to do, the parts you want to do. Think about, you know, the directors you want to work with, and try to go towards that goal, and try not to get mixed up too much in, you know, what's going on out there.
It's not the shoes, is it? Or the candy or anything else. It's me, isn't it? You just can't stand the fact that I exist.
No, it's not that at all.
The whole Hollywood scene isn't exactly my kind of, you know, I don't know, give me a fancy word. It's not exactly my thing. I don't like to schmooze and all that.
And then I'm gonna take care of it for you, right? And why will I take care of it?
Gilbert. So you're Gilbert.
Because I'm Gilbert. Because nobody hurts Arnie, right?
Gilbert Grape to Arnie is he's everything to Arnie. He's his father, his brother, his best friend. He's his whole family. I don't know, this is my first big award show, so I'm just sort of playing it cool and observing everything, you know what I mean?
How does it feel to be up against some great actors?
Being nominated against these people is like being with like the top heavyweights, people I've been watching for years, you know?
So does that make you nervous, or does it kind of calm you?
No, oh God. I'm definitely nervous, yeah. But at the same time, it's just, it's an honored nervousness, you know? I'm just so happy to be here. Every movie I do, there's a certain amount of preparation to get into it and understand something that you didn't understand before, you know what I mean? To go into a different realm of whatever that may be.
We got kicked out of school, Mickey. Who cares, man? We lost the pills. The cops took them. We can't play ball anymore.
I'll never get to really be young again, and this is my time to be young. So if there's roles right now that fit me as a young person, I'm gonna do them and not sort of rush into becoming the young adult. I am a young adult, but like to be like the, you know, the sex symbol of this, you know, the young guy. If I can do roles right now that are young, I'll never get a chance to do them again. And I plan on being around for a while, so I'll get to do all that stuff later in life. I'm extremely tough on myself. If I do a scene and I'm not satisfied with it, it eats me up for the rest of the day or for the rest of the week, and I can never really get over it. After doing something like Romeo and Juliet for the first time, I mean, I've had a #1 movie for the first time, and it's really interesting to see sort of, you know, there's a degree of like what people say about you and just sort of word of mouth around the business and the films that they've seen, but when a movie actually of yours hits #1, it's a different thing, you know.
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before that stood requested.
The story is one of the most romantic stories ever. Are you a romantic guy?
Yeah, I'd say so. I definitely say that when I'm alone with a girl, I'm doing the baby voices, the whole thing, all that ridiculous stuff. I'm doing the Titanic. It's a much larger scale film, and I wanted to try that just to see what it would look like. In the flesh, it like goes beyond a film for me. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's one of the most incredible sort of spectacles I've ever witnessed.
How do you feel about all the attention?
I'm not really used to it yet, so ask me some other time when it actually sets in, and then I'll be able to answer that. Yeah, we came together.
Did you really?
Absolutely.
Oh, very cool. Great. Is there something we ought to know?
No, absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. We're good buddies.
Absolutely, just friends.
Now, you choose difficult shoots. I mean, you had to shoot underwater, Titanic, you had the mask in this film.
That must have been really uncomfortable, this mask.
But the flip side of that coin is we were all shooting in Paris during the summertime.
Wait. Bargain me to Louis for all your lives. You've done your best. Please let me go.
Environmental issues have always been of the utmost importance to me. I'm glad to be able to contribute in any way I can.
Richard?
Yeah.
Would you like to come to the beach with me?
Sure, yeah.
One day, are you going to get behind the camera? You want to direct someday?
I'd love to, but I have too much to prove, I think, as an actor to myself, so I'm going to be doing a lot more movies until I direct. I think it's been a struggle for everybody, but the best thing about it is how we've all united, you know what I mean? And New York is completely symbolic of that. It took a test like this to show our unity.
I don't think there's anyone else out there. I think it's just me and you. That's right. I think it's just me and you, and you know what? You're gonna have to catch me yourself.
We don't have time for this.
You had, by the age of 16, a recurring role, a regular role on a hit TV series, and by the time you were 20, you had already worked with Robert De Niro. Did you ever have a feeling that things just came too easy for you?
You know, maybe some of my certain actor friends might say that, yeah. But I honestly feel lucky. I'd always felt like Hollywood was, you know, this elite group of people that I didn't belong to. You know, I always felt lucky to just be there.
There's more of us coming off these ships every day. I heard 15,000 Irish a week. And we're afraid of the natives. Get all of us together and we ain't got a gang. We got an army.
I think particularly with this movie, Gangs of New York, I wanted to work with Martin Scorsese ever since I started to see De Niro's films over and over again. And it wasn't until I actually got the script of Gangs of New York that I realized what social importance this movie really had.
Tonight, you are nominated for Catch Me If You Can. Your co-star, Daniel Day-Lewis from Gangs of New York, is nominated in the same category, but for Gangs. Have the two of you talked about that? Have you felt any rivalry at all?
None at all. I mean, we haven't even talked about it, actually, but he's not one to talk about those types of things. I'm here tonight to help send a message to our elected officials that we must reduce our dependency on oil and other fossil fuels, and to urge everyone to take part in the fight to reverse the devastating effects of climate change.
Had everything but a damn plague of locusts on this thing. I mean, you have to admit. Now, honestly, did you ever think you'd actually finish the damn thing?
Come with me. We're all so proud of this movie, and the way the Golden Globes have, recognized the movie's overall achievement has just been phenomenal. We've, really worked hard on this film. It's 8 years in the making, so we're overjoyed. It's something that you never imagine will actually happen. It really is. I was sitting there, and Charlize Theron opened the envelope, and I could not imagine in 1,000 years that she was going to say my name.
It's great to see you all so happy and well rewarded.
Thank you.
And see you at the Academy Awards.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excited, nervous, a whole culmination of different emotions, man. You have no idea. It's weird. It's a surreal feeling. It really is.
A lot of weeks leading up to this.
Certainly. A lot of years leading up to this moment.
You and Martin Scorsese are cooking up another film right now, yes?
Yeah, it's called The Departed. It's about two police officers in the gangster underworld in Boston. And there's one police officer that infiltrates the mob undercover and one police officer that really works for the mob but pretends to be a quote-unquote good cop.
Which one are you?
I am the guy that infiltrates the mob.
I just want my identity back, all right? That's all.
All right. I understand. You want to be a cop again?
No. Being a cop's not an identity. I want my identity back.
Luckily enough for me, he's chosen me for 3 roles now. Then I couldn't have ever imagined that I'd be in a film of this genre with Martin Scorsese directing. It really is, it's a dream come true for me. It really is. I've had
learned to have an appreciation of film and what film can be and the potential of how a great movie can affect people, the more I've invested and wanted to give as much as I can to that movie.
Many fans are very excited to see you and Kate Winslet get together again for Revolutionary Road.
Yeah.
Is it a little nerve-wracking to try to recapture the chemistry?
We're certainly not trying to rekindle any of the old relationship that went on between us and that other movie. It'd be hard to do. April, can you please just get back in the car and talk about this instead of running all over Route 12?
Haven't I made it clear I don't particularly want to talk about it?
To me, it was like an old exercise that that we just did again. Because after, you know, obviously doing the Titanic together was something I was very comfortable with and very used to.
Do you feel like you have both grown tremendously in the years since Titanic?
Surprisingly not.
Leo, to your right, Leo!
You asked me for Inception. I do hope you understand the gravity of that request. And I read the screenplay, and you say to yourself, wow, I've got to be a part of a film like this. It's pretty groundbreaking.
A lot of people know about this place, but no one wants to talk, you know? It's like they're scared of something. This is maybe the most intense role I've had to play in my life, for sure.
The evidence was clear. He was indicted for murder in the first degree while perpetrating a burglary in New Jersey that is punishable by death.
So why J. Edgar? Why did you want to be involved with this?
I'd always been very curious about him as a historical figure. I knew that he was sort of the grandfather of the FBI.
I heard you've been telling everybody that Mandingos ain't no damn good. Ain't nothing nobody is selling is worth buying. I'm curious. What makes you such a Mandingo expert?
Yeah, he was not only a bad guy, he was horrendously racist, narcissistic, self-indulgent bastard is what this guy was. But he came from the mind of the great Quentin Tarantino, and when you get these opportunities in life, you have to really go for them and not look back.
I'm Gatsby.
People still talk about this book nearly 100 years after it was written. I think that we all can relate to the dreamer in Gatsby. He's an iconic American symbol.
The real question is this: was all this legal? Absolutely not. But we were making more money than we knew what to do with.
This was really free form and improvisational, portraying the darker side of Wall Street here.
You actually look surprised when they announced your name. I'm like, come on, you got to know you're a great actor. Were you surprised?
I'm very surprised. I'm not used to this type of thing, to tell you the truth.
You constantly get these accolades. Does it ever feel any different?
You know, for this movie in particular, there were two films in my career that I really wanted to get made and fought for a long time to put up on screen. That was this and The Aviator. So, you know, to do a film that's sort of this radical, I'm just proud that, you know, it's been getting some recognition.
He's afraid. He knows how far I came for him. Same as that elk, when they get afraid, they run deep into the woods.
Congratulations on tonight.
This was a unique experience for every actor involved in making this movie. I was excited about going on this journey with this man right here. This has been my dream ever since I was 4 years old, and this was a journey that I'll never forget with Alejandro. I have been long concerned about extinction, about the loss of biodiversity, the disappearance of our fragile ecosystems, all being wiped out by human greed and indifference.
It's official, old buddy. Well, has been.
What are you talking about? What did that guy tell you?
Told me the truth is what he told me.
This is a rare sort of occurrence. Hollywood's changing in a lot of ways. I feel lucky is what I feel. I feel lucky to be an actor that's been able to work for this long.
Mr. DiCaprio, Leo right here.
If this comet makes impact, it will have the power of a billion Hiroshima bombs. There will be magnitude 10 or 11 earthquakes.
You're breathing weird. It's making me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to articulate the science.
I know, but it's like so stressful. I like trying to like listen.
I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation.
We know that you've always been passionate about the fight against climate change. So to the premise of this film, say, hey, I got to sign on to this project.
Absolutely everything, to be honest. I mean, I'd been looking for a film that could articulate the urgency of the climate crisis.
Well, now's as good a time as any, so... Molly, she's pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
Goodness.
That's so. Yeah.
Martin Scorsese, this is your 6th collaboration with him.
Not only, he's been a cinematic father figure to me, much like Mr. De Niro has. I've looked up to them as the great duo of my generation as far as cinematic achievements are concerned. To be able to do 6 films now with Marty, and then 30 years later, after my first starring role, getting to do a collaboration with the 3 of them was kind of mind-blowing.